brands. Have I ever told you guys how I came to Korea or why I came to Korea? How I got involved in the Korean culture? Well, if you're curious, keep watching this video because it is a long journey and very God-led. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you can be notified when I post videos. I know it's a journey, but that's the whole point of Brianna Sharee. She's on a journey to being better. Also, welcome or welcome back. Hi, I am Brianna Sharee. I am a lifestyle content creator trying to be her authentic self. Sometimes it's hard, but that's the whole point of this channel, of this brand, is to live authentically, find myself, who I am authentically, and to be her comfortably. So if you are on that type of journey, if this sounds interesting to you, please subscribe, stay with us, and let's grow together. So as you saw earlier, I have all my skincare out. This is going to be a sit down, do my skincare with me, with Korean brands, talking about Korea and God. So get your coffee, get your tea, whatever your drink of choice is. Let's sit down and let's chat. Okay. So getting into the Asian culture was not different or new for me. I had always grew up. I always grew up like around Asians. So yeah, my communities that I grew up in, they were always very culturally diverse. Yeah, it was mostly people of color communities that I grew up in. So the Asian culture itself was not a surprise to me. Korean culture though, that came out of nowhere. that literally came out of nowhere for me. So moving on to the point, in 2000, I want to say 14, maybe 2015, I ran across a YouTube playlist of hip hop and R&B songs that you should listen to. And I was looking for new music at the time because I am the type of person that either obsesses over a specific artist or a specific song, or I need something new every single day. And that day happened to be me looking for new artists. And in the playlist, all the songs were really great, but there was an artist named Jay Park. If you are aware of Korean hip hop, you know who Jay Park is. At that time, he was brand new to me, and I liked his song. I don't remember which song it was. It was one of his slower ones, and obviously one of his older ones. I'm like, this dude sounds nice. Like, who is Jay Park? Let me research this person, because this song is hitting different from all the rest. Like, all the other songs are good, but this song is capturing my whole attention. So I researched Jay Park, found out who he is, found out that he was Korean, speaking Korean, because the first video I saw of him, he was like speaking Korean in Korea, and I'm like, oh, well, dang, his English is really good for him to be Korean, only for me to find out he's American. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what, period. And then I'm the type of person that, like, I obsess over things. When I find things that I like, I dive into these things that I like, okay? So I looked up him, I researched him more, and I found out that he loves Jesus. He loves Jesus, and he was supporting the Black community. Now I'm like, this is my type of person, because it was at the start of my own journey with Jesus Christ. I've always been in church, I've always known God, but Jesus Christ himself, I was not taught. And I was not taught to respect God, I was taught to fear God. So seeing someone successful, loving Jesus, and praising him publicly was like, okay, let me like this dude, let me follow this dude, because maybe he could teach me something that I don't know yet. I was literally fresh into my journey with Jesus. So all of that happened. I loved his music. I was a fan of him. And then this was around the time that Vine videos were still the most popular. Like Vine videos was TikTok before TikTok came, okay? So I was on Vine. I was looking up Jay Park stuff. I was looking at his videos, laughing at him being goofy, watching his interviews and stuff. And then I came across Jackson from GOT7, and I said, oh my gosh, this tiny little human being of a man is the most adorable thing ever. I need to know more about him, because it was a video of him, just literally a compilation of him getting scared, and I'm like, wow, I like him. I need to protect him. I want to know who he is. So again, the deep dive into Jackson, found out he's a part of GOT7, and I started listening to their music, and I'm like, this group got some good music. Hold up. The Korean music is where it's at. Like, I was loving it. Oh my gosh. I said they have sounds, they have beats, they have lyrics, they got flow. Like, I don't know what I expected from Korean music, but it wasn't that. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't that. Like, this was a whole new experience for me. And so I literally called myself an agase for like, I want to say a year. Okay, I was heavily into GOT7. JB, that man is fine. Okay, that man is handsome. Okay, Jackson, he was forever my bias. Okay, he was the first one that got me into this. Okay, but that's not all. As you guys know, I am a BTS fan. I will go hard for them. I will fight for them. Okay, I will defend that group. Okay, those men, they have a place here. Okay, they have a place right at the heart. Okay, and the way I got into them was through Jackson. It was through Jackson, because on Vine videos I was deep diving into GOT7 and in Jackson specifically, and I kept seeing videos of him with RM, him with Yoongi. I think I saw a video of him with like Tae, and then I saw a video of Bam Bam with Jungkook and Hoseok, and I'm like, I keep seeing this group of GOT7, and everybody talking about how cute GOT7 and BTS are together and how cute their friendship is, and I keep seeing them. So I'm like, okay, let me see what they're about. For some odd reason, I did not do that. Okay, I just kept looking at videos of Jackson. As I said, I was going hard for Jackson. It was, I'm not gonna lie, it was hard to learn 7 members' names. Okay, it was hard. I didn't want another 7 members on my heart. I did not want that. Okay, so I ended up not doing that. But then I came across my favorite memory, my favorite video. And this is how I really got into like the K community. It was a video of Yoongi, beanie, little puffer jacket, sitting down, making fun of the YouTube content creators to their music. That video, I cannot even express. That moment brings me so much happiness. It was like, not to be weird, but I fell in love with that little man. Like, he's taller than me, but he's a little man in my eyes, okay? Because I'm like, this dude is cute. He's so adorable. He has mint hair. He has cute little teeth. Like, he has the most beautiful little gummy smile. He's adorable. Absolutely adorable. Now, at the time, I did not put 2 and 2 together. I did not do that. I did not realize mint hair cutie little sugar was Yoongi from BTS. My brain did not connect. It did not connect, okay? So I ended up researching Suga, only to find out that he was the rapper that he is. And at that point, child, it was over. Like, it was absolutely over. Also, I realized that I have been yapping and I have not done my skincare yet. So I'm gonna start my skincare. So once again, I deep dived into Yoongi, Suga, August D, Save Me from BTS. That was my first BTS video. And I don't know what compelled me to watch it, because there were other videos, but I don't know, that one just stood out to me. And when I watched the video, I remember being in complete awe. Like, the music was so good, the dancing immaculate, so immaculate, and the simplicity of the video, I think, is what really captured me, because for me, it showed that they are not about the flashiness, they're not about the views. They really enjoy this. This is something that they are all very passionate about. Or they just didn't have a budget. Turns out it was both. Turns out it was both. So I ended up falling in love with the group. I learned all their names within, like, it wasn't quick. I think it was like 2 months I learned all their names. Getting all that out the way, that's how I became aware of the Korean community. But coming to Korea had nothing, it had nothing to do with Korean music. Nothing to do with Korean music. That was all God. So it was 2019. Okay, the dates are important. It was 2019. Me and my best friend had just came from the Billboard Music Award red carpet show, because I lived in Vegas, so the red carpet was free to attend as long as you got there. We went there for BTS. But yeah, we went there for BTS, and we were coming back home, and we were in the Lyft. Now, the Lyft driver, he started making conversation, as Lyft drivers do. You know, some of them do. And he was like, yeah, you know, I taught, no, he was like, have you guys ever, you know, traveled? Like, what do you guys do for work? And I was like, I ain't really travel, but I really want to travel. I don't have a job. I haven't had luck getting a job, you know, but I'm trying. I'm applying for things. Because at this point, I've never had a job, literally, in my life, other than my old blog, Lacking in Creativity, which I don't have anymore. That was a really good thing, though. But anyways, I really do want to travel. You know, I want to get out more. I want to experience more. I just haven't had the opportunity to do so. And so he's like, you know, I worked in China, and I stayed there for, you know, a couple decades, and I ended up saving a lot of money, met my wife there, came back to America, bought a home in cash. You know, I got to teach a lot of kids, and I got to have an impact on those kids, met some really great people, met some really good friends, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop. And I'm like, that's so cool. Like, I didn't know we could teach in China. Like, do you speak Chinese? And he's like, no, I don't speak a lick of Chinese. And I was teaching them English, and I'm like, that's real cool. I didn't know that was possible. Well, my best friend is literally looking at me like she was she was staring at me, and I'm like, what are you looking at me like that for? Like, what are you capturing that I am not capturing? And so after we get off of the Lyft ride, she's like, Bree, you want to travel, you love children, you want to work with children, you're literally looking for your purpose. Hello, ding, 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 ring, 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 answer the phone. And so I'm like, oh, I should teach abroad. It did not hit me at the time, but I'm so thankful that my best friend was there, because she caught it. God spoke to her, because I was not listening to him, apparently. And I am researching, like, how to teach in China, because I thought that was the only place you could teach. Every single door to China wasn't even available. I didn't even find the doors, okay? Like, everything was shut down as I was researching for me. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you want me to do, God? Like, you brought me into this. You put me in this situation. What do you want me to do? I remember, actually, I think that was March, because I believe that April, I went on like a 30-day fast for Lent. I remember that being like one of my prayers and one of the reasons that I was fasting. So I do believe it was March when the Lyft situation happened. So during my fast for Lent, I was researching where I could teach, how to teach in other countries. Mexico came up. Spain came up. Europe came up. Thailand came up. I think Cambodia, Africa. I don't know. It just didn't feel like this is right for me. So I kept looking. And then Korea came up. And when Korea came up, I am not joking when I say that God was literally like, ta-da! Like, it was crazy. This mask smells so good. It literally smells like honey. Like, oh, it smells so good. Anyways, now that this is on, I can sit here and yap. Korea popped up, and God was like, there you go, you found it. I'm proud of you. Now go for it. Because when I tell you everything about teaching in Korea just aligned with where I was, what I wanted to do, it just felt right. It felt so right. It really felt led. And so I'm like, okay, period, God, I need to start learning Korean. You know, I already know, you know, some of the food, and the food that I don't know, it looks really good. Like, I want to try some bibimbap. What is that? Like, that looks amazing. May comes around. This is like the final days of my fast during Lent. April finishes out. May comes around. I get my first big girl job, okay? Like an actual 9-to-5 job. I was a wedding photographer. It was something that I wanted to do, something that I really loved. And I'm like, period, this is gonna pay for, you know, all my expenses to Korea. Like, this is great. It starts out at $1,600 a month, which at the time, it was enough. Okay.
Trigger warning. Death and self-unaliving. Lasts until 2308 if you'd like to skip.
Let me back up. Christmas Eve 2017, a cousin of mine was murdered. January 18th, 2018, my grandmother passed away from cancer. Christmas Eve 2018, another cousin was murdered. 2019, January 19th, my grandfather has a heart attack and unfortunately ends up in a coma, passes away March 23rd. Mind you, I'm still trying to heal from all of those deaths because they were all so sudden, okay? I mentioned that because April passes. Lent is finished. My fast is finished. I'm feeling really good. I have my first job. I'm a wedding photographer. Everything is real cool. May 5th, we lose our house. We lose our house. Okay. So we're now homeless. I'm looking at God like, what's going on? You just gave me a job. My first job, a good paying job. You told me to pick up and move to Korea. And now we're homeless? Like, I'm very confused. Okay. And we are homeless for a total of 8 months. So from May 2019 until February 2020, we were homeless, okay? Living out of my grandfather's two-seat, technically, pickup truck. 1 month into my job, because I still committed to go into my job. I told them literally the day we lost our place, like, hey, I know I literally just started this job 3 weeks ago, but we lost our home. I'm in a hard situation. Please understand, I will still show up to work. I will still do my best. Please do not fire me, okay? Because obviously, I need to go to work. I ended up getting a very bad UTI, turned into a kidney stone. It was so bad that they literally had to perform surgery to remove it. It was literally killing my kidney. Like, my kidney was failing with that thing. So for a month, I had to work and be homeless with a stent in my uterus, in my body. And I just wasn't able to stand a lot. I wasn't able to walk a lot. Mind you, we were homeless, okay? It was rough. In the desert. In the summer months, it was rough, okay? And so I'm questioning God. I'm like, what are you doing? Why? And then it's like, at some points, I would hear him be like, I need you to fully trust me. I need you to know that I will protect you, that I will provide for you. I need your full faith in me. And I remember thinking, okay, that's cool, that's fair, I understand that, but why bring my family into it? Because it wasn't just me, it was me, my mom, my dad, my brother, my dog. Like, why are you taking everything? Why are you bringing others into this with me? Like, God, what are you doing? So yeah, I was, needless to say, extremely depressed, very suicidal. I remember there was one it's funny now, but there was one day I was sitting on the bed of the truck, and I just remember thinking, God, if you are not going to help me, I'm no longer living. I remember telling him that as if I had a choice. Because one thing about me is like, in trigger warning, but I very much have had those moments where I'm like, Lord, if you want to take me today, I won't argue. I won't be mad. So yeah, that was one of those days. And I remember nothing happened. I refused to eat. Like, that was my way of, I guess, trying to put God in a hard place. Which I realize now was complete pride, and that was the enemy, the devil. Because how dare I try and do that to God? But I was depressed, and it was hard. So yeah, that happened. And then I ended up still learning Korean, because learning Korean was the only thing really keeping me going. Studying how to teach in Korea was the only thing keeping me going. And then I found the talk program. And again, everything really just fell into place with that. Like, there were no hiccups, there were no hesitations, there was no confusion with it. It was really just smooth. Like, the whole process, learning Korean, finding free classes to learn Korean, finding resources to learn Korean, finding Korean communities that honestly found me. I didn't look for them in America, but they found me. Being put in LA, which was the cheapest way to get to Korea. Learning like Korean history, Korean culture, how it was during 2019. Everything was so smooth. I ended up getting my passport. I ended up getting a job at Amazon. I ended up saving literally the exact amount that they recommend bringing when you come to Korea with Epic or with the Talk program, which is no longer a thing. I ended up getting a literal one-way flight from San Francisco to Korea for like, I literally think I paid with taxes $400, which was super freaking cheap, because everything else even now is like $1,000, $1,200, $1,400. So literally everything fell into place. Got accepted into the Talk program. I got all of my documents ready. I got my passport. I got my ticket. Said my goodbyes to my family. I got all my things together. Me and God went to the San Francisco airport. And now here we are. It is now 2025. Not only am I back out here, but I am now with Epic. love my school so much, love my co-teachers so much, love my students. I adore the heck out of my students. And I plan to stay out here, I don't know, for longer until God tells me to move. So that is my journey. That is my story. That is how I became interested in the Korean culture and how God moved my little butt out here. I really think it's so funny because literally the music and the culture has nothing to do with why I'm out here. Like, it really doesn't. So yeah, that was my first true K moment. Now I would love to hear from you. If you have a moment for getting into the Korean culture, getting into Korean music, for coming out to Korea, I would love to hear it. I would love us to have a nice little discussion in the comments. We forgot this. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really, truly appreciate your time, your attention. I know this was kind of all over the place. If you would like to see anything else, or if you would like to know more about my journey, or just about Korea in general, go ahead and leave me a comment. I will do my best to answer. I hope you have a very beautiful, wonderful, and blessed day. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.